Time for another uncut raw video. Oh, here we go. All right. Welcome to Ranting on 46. Yet another day in the books. It's been a couple days. So let's go through what old Uncle Joe has got. Today is 2/19/21, Friday evening in lovely Mobile, Alabama. Yeah. All right. What did old stanky Uncle Joe do this week? For the past couple of days. A couple things I didn't talk about the other night. Let me drink this real quick. All right. How about that CNN town hall? Did anybody catch that? That was a real watch, if we can say that. So old Manderson Pooper was hosting this town hall style. It was really weird. They're both like standing up. I don't know when these town halls became hey, the host is going to stand up. And the guy that's doing all the talking is going to stand up, and they're kind of social distanced, but they're like 12 feet apart. I guess double social distancing is like double masking, double douchebaggery. I don't know, man. I wear one mask at work because they force me to. Yeah, but it stays on my chin. See a customer, step over here. So I just used to it by now. I don't want to get into it. Anyways, so Joe Biden said when he came into office, there were no vaccines. The vaccine wasn't ready to go yet. Except he forgot that they stuck a needle in his arm on like January 11th or 12th. And that was his second dose. That was the second dose he took, 21 days? Or was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks between doses? So that means he had to have it in December. Was his first dose. So that was a lie. Even CNN, while they were fact-checking, were like, yeah, that's not true there, buddy boy. It's pretty bad when CNN fact-checks you and you're a Democrat. And they're like, yeah, you're full of shit. I'm trying to clean this up a little and be a little less vulgar so my mother-in-law and my wife's family can watch this. But it's probably not going to happen. But anyways. On to the next thing. How about all that hard-hitting journalism by the media with their questions and they've barely been asking him some toughies, like in making some of the that real tough journalism where they ask the hard questions. So Newsweek had an article or a post on, I don't remember which it was. I don't know. It was a post or an article, probably some a-hole's blog, but they had an article on how Joe Biden played as Luigi in Mario Kart against his granddaughter and won. Bravo. Somebody get this guy whatever award they give writers, where they give him whatever that award was. So, then on President's Day, I think ABC had coverage on Joe got a hat from his family at Camp David. It's like, dude, you've been in office for all of 4 weeks. You're already taking a vacation at Camp David? It was President's Day. That's not a real holiday. That's like some shit they have for the post office to have a day off. I mean, come on. Oh, look at the hat his family gave him. Wow, that's some hard-hitting questions there, guys. Way to go. You're assholes. So then I heard another story about how old Joe puts the logs on the fire. He likes to have a fire going. While he's working, he likes to have a fire going, and sometimes, most of the times, he likes to put the log on himself. So I guess the official logger, putter-oner at the White House, he doesn't get much work. And it was funny because they're like, yeah, Joe likes to put the log on himself. And I was like, holy shit, Joe put the log on himself? Not like because there's a guy that does that, but like, holy shit, Joe carried a log himself? Bravo, buddy. Let's get 2 claps for that one. Big, strong boy. So what else do we hear? Oh, there's another article about how Dr. Jill, which is Doctor of Education, I get it. But come on, there's a lot of people that are doctors that don't go by doctor. But, that was a thing in the back in January. But Dr. Jill, she wore a scrunchie, and, it was, so cool, because, really? A scrunchie? These are the stories you guys are putting on there? On your sites and in your publications? It's seriously? We knew that there was going to be a lot less to talk about with 45 gone. But for God's sakes, really? This is the shit you guys put stories about. And then also, what did Joe do this week? And people were like, oh yeah, he had a press conference. He didn't have a press conference. Let's not go that far. No, he didn't have any press conferences. Somebody said that. I was like, yeah, he had a great press conference. No, yeah, he had a great press conference because he didn't do one. Jen Stuckey was up there, they put her up there. For if she lies, she will not go to hell, for she has no soul, because she's a ginger. But, Joe was up at a microphone. I guess they consider that a press conference. And when he was up there, I saw part of this interview, he was like, oh yeah, he's like, remember when we got shot at? And I don't know if he was talking about, people in the party that were with him or the media. It's like, yeah, remember I was with you guys. We got shot at, remember? And they're like, probably what people are thinking about what I'm talking about right now. Let's take this off. I look like a girl. I'm still got the same stupid hair. Anyways, then Joe had today, he was doing the Munich conference. I guess it was the G7. It was all online, and he was telling our allies, America is back, or the heads of state, America is back. When did we leave? We didn't leave. America wasn't gone. America was focusing on America. Because we got some shit going on here, a pandemic, these other countries are like, yeah, dude, Britain wasn't like, Britain is back. And Britain's like, man, we've been here the whole time. We've been working on our own stuff, man. Yeah, no shit, Joe. And they're falling asleep, laughing at him and whatever. And he's like, he's going to end the Trump's America First policy. Congratulations. Really, dude? Yeah, because we wouldn't want to have America first, because now they're talking about having, coming out and helping the rest of the world with the, with the vaccines and, that we paid for. The taxpayers paid that, what was it, for Warp Speed was, we paid $2 billion to these, medication companies, big pharma companies, so they could make this vaccine for us. And now they're giving it to illegal aliens, terrorists in Guantanamo, just dumb shit. I even heard a story about two ladies. One was 34, one was 44. They had dressed up like grannies. It was probably in Florida because, well, everything's in Florida. All the crazy stories are in Florida. Which actually we went and looked at houses in last week in Panama City, but that's another point. I could be a Florida man one day. Not surprising. But, it's just dude, this is Joe Biden. I could rag on him for so much more stuff, but it's almost almost need to change the name of this podcast or channel, but I'm not, because it's mine and it's sticking. On to something different. On Wednesday, Rush Limbaugh died at 70 years old. Everybody, on the left, they can, beat him down and talk shit about him, but, that guy had a pivotal role in my life. Rush Limbaugh and my father were the two biggest influences on my political views. I remember as a young boy growing up in suburban Atlanta, when I'd ride to work with my dad, he would take us to work with him and stuff. And he would listen to WSB 750 in Atlanta, and he listened to Neil Bortz, and then he would listen to Rush Limbaugh. And I remember it was I was 5 or 6, so that had to be 88, 89 when Rush first came on. Maybe 1990. I can't say we were listeners from the beginning, but I know my dad listened to conservative talk radio. So, Rush was always there. And I remember like being like 18, 19 when I finally had a vehicle of my own. I had the radio, and my friends would be like, "What the hell are you listening to?" And I have on like Rush Limbaugh, and I have on talk radio. Sometimes I'd switch to sports talk radio on 680, listening to old Buck and Kincaid. But that's something else. But yeah, it was like the last year after my dad died. It was like, him and Rush were so close in age and so along the same lines politically. And it was just like the last year after my dad died, it was almost like, and this is going to sound stupid, but it was almost like every day I listened because it just reminded me of my dad, and it was like my dad was there, and then my dad dying of cancer, and then Rush getting cancer, and it was just like, damn, I was like, almost a year apart. But it is what it is. There's a-holes in the media on the left that are, talk shit about him even the day he died. So, I listened to the guy. They never really listened to him. They just listened to Mediaite or Media Matters or all those, all that media BS, and they would only pick up the bad things that happened to him. He had some shit happen. He was addicted to painkillers and stuff, and he said the shit on ESPN, and he went through some trials in his life, but he turned out to be a good man. So I think that's all that really matters in the end. So let's go on to something else interesting. One more thing here. Gavin Newsome. I left this topic alone for a little bit, just kind of watch it bubble under the surface, and it's out, man. I've been listening to the whole things about they're trying to recall this guy. He's just a piece of crap. They needed 1.5 million signatures to recall him. They've got the 1.5 million. Now they're trying to get up to 2 million just in case, because I heard a thing that they, a guy that was head of the Recall Newsome campaign, and he was kind of explaining it. They get their phone numbers, they got to verify, and when they go to do the recall, they call these people and verify, so they're not trusting, because that whole state's run by Democrats. So they want to get another 500,000, recall signatures, so they can have 2 million. So there's not any screwing these people in California. That, and it's not just Republicans; it's Democratic business owners that are just pissed about the lockdowns. They've got the state locked down. It's been locked down. And they have the same COVID numbers as Florida. I went to Florida last weekend. I looked like an idiot wearing a mask in the grocery store or in the gas station. I was like, I'm the only dude wearing a mask in here. And, I still kept it on. I wasn't just trying to look cool, be like, oh, everybody else is wearing one, so I still wore it. But they looked at me like I was weird. It is what it is. But California's been locked down since the beginning. And they have the same similar infection rate. They have higher, population and stuff, but their numbers are very, very similar, if not worse. And they've been locked down this whole time. People are losing their businesses, it's just sad, man. So, I think what they do is they'll do a recall, vote to, the state will go out and vote, recall yes or no. If they do recall him, then they'll hold a special election. Gavin Newsome is not allowed to run. He's gone. And in 10 days later, they do like a jungle-style election. I guess that's what they call it. I've always thought that was a weird name. But it's basically a winner-takes-all election. They have like 120 candidates when, in early, 2002, I think, and Arnold Schwarzenegger won that shit. So that's what can happen. But, they could just have one, Democrat and coalesce around him, and still, man, that guy is terrible. I don't understand how he was ever married to, what's her name, that was on The Five. But that shit was hilarious. But that's all I got, man. Just, watch out for old Uncle Joe, man. He's just an old puppet. Watch out for him. Go watch those CNN videos. Yeah, real great town hall. No, you want to do that? Yeah, me either. All right. Well, have a good Friday night, and we'll see you in a couple days, maybe tomorrow. Just depends on, you guys see how I do these every couple 2-3 days. All right, have a good one.